Hi, today I want to show you how to tie a peeping caddis. It's a nice grayling pattern, this one. Nice and heavy to get down in the strong floors. So, just place my hook in the... There we go. Right, so the hook is a Fuller Mill size 10 jig force. The beads are 3.8mm matte black tungsten bead. And I'm just going to put a bit of adhesive lead on just to weight it a little bit more, just across the body. So I'll start off just before the bend, work my way up to the bead, couple of turns in front of the bead, behind the bead, sorry, and back, going back again. Just trim that bit off if I can get it. There we go. Right, squash all that down nice and make sure it's in place. Right, so the thread I'm using is just an olive thread. Come in behind the bead and just tighten all this lead down, keep it all in place. Trim off the excess thread. Now for the head of the caddis, the peeping bit, I'm using a virtual nymph skin in caddis green. This is 3mm thick. So I'll pull a little length off, you can see, and I'll cut it off onto an angle. I'll tie it into the back. I'll work my way down just before halfway of the bend of the hook and back up. Now I'll wind this up tight to start with, then just overlap in each turn and loosen off as you go, just when it straightens out, when you're on the straight bit of the hook, just come in and tie it off. Make sure you get some good turns on there, just keep it in place. Trim off the excess bit. Now I'm gonna use a partridge feather for the legs. So I'll prepare this by trimming off all the waste. Not too long, so I'll pull a few fibres back, and you can see I'm just using that bit of the feather. I'll come in and tie that in, cut off the tip. I'll just pull these feathers forward, come in and wind it round like so. Come in and tie in the stem. Now trim off the excess stem. Something good there. Now for the body, I'm using a 3 double mix. It's grey squirrel, 40% grey squirrel, 40% hare's ear dubbing in gold, and 20% of rusty orange hare's ear. It's just to match the riverbed, really. Just check out your own caddis patterns in your river and try and match whatever they look like. They're all different, really, but it's all the stones that they get, they're all different colours when they're building their little cases. So we'll come in. I want this quite a thick dubbing and tightly packed onto the thread. I'll come in and make sure I don't drop any partridge feathers, hackle, sorry, and wind my way up, keeping it nice and tight, like so. this up a little bit more. One more pinch should do it. That should be right. Just behind the bead. I'll come in and give that a whip finish. Tighten down. Trim off my thread. Now I don't like much of the dubbing sticking out, so I'll trim it down just a touch. Just keep it as flat as I can really. Now this is entirely up to you whether you want to do this or not. We'll put some eyes in. I'm just using some black UV resin. I'll just get an old dubbing needle and just pull a bit out. Maybe a touch too much. One this side. And one this side. That's it. I'll just come in with your UV light and just set that. So it's in place. They'll probably end up falling off once you get a few fish on them, but like I say, they don't have to have them on. And that's it basically. That's your peeping caddis. Give this one a go. Thanks for watching.